and welcome to this video where I'm going to be giving you a look over my shoulder tutorial where I'm going to be walking you through how to create an engagement campaign. Now, a lot of people don't use engagement campaigns, and I really think that they're leaving a lot of money on the table, because an engagement campaign has one job and one job to do only, and that is to help you to increase the social proof of your post or of your ad. And social proof is a currency of itself. When you have a lot of social proof, what it does is it gives your ad or your post a bigger boost, because when new people see your ad, they think, oh, amazing, I love, this must be good, because there are lots of people commenting, lots of people sharing. And so therefore what it does indirectly is it gives you more conversions, therefore reducing your ad cost and increasing your ROAS, which is so important. So on that note, why is it that a lot of people aren't increasing engagement on their ads or on their posts using an engagement ad? The answer: they don't know. They haven't watched this video, so they have no idea. And that is why I'm recording this tutorial, so that you know what to do and how to do it successfully. If it is your first time here, then welcome of course to the channel. Do me a favor if you love this by subscribing to this channel. I teach all things Facebook marketing and just marketing in general, and how to be successful as an online business owner. So subscribe, hit the bell, and of course like this video, because if you don't, Facebook won't show it to other people. And if you are returning, of course, you know I love you. Thank you so much for coming back. I look forward to seeing you in the comment section. So without further ado, let me dive in behind my laptop and show you how to create an engagement campaign. So in this walkthrough, I want to show you how to set up an engagement campaign. Again, this is another type of campaign that you can use for your top of funnel ads. So we are back in Ads Manager. I go back to Create, and this time I'm going to click on Engagement. And by the way, you just click on this. Right, it says to get more page likes, event responses, or post reactions, comments, shares, etc. So engagement, and I'm going to click, and down here it says, it gives you three options: post engagements, page likes, event responses. Just keep it on post engagements. So I'm going to click on continue. So again, I'm going to do this time actually for my custom audience. Right, because I'm doing it to cold, I'm going to go back to my hit list. So this time for my custom audience, I'm not going to use any custom audience. I want to show you how to run a different type to a different type of audience, right, to your detailed targeting. We do need to do some exclusions, but I'm going to come back to that later on. So let's come back to this. Let's change the country, because I've already said on my campaign level that I'm targeting the US. So let me change it to United States over here. And the age, so I'm going to target 30 to 65 plus, and I'm going to change it to women, right? So the numbers are going down drastically over here to women. Now, this is where I'm going to make the bulk of the changes for where I want Facebook to target now. So in the traffic campaign, I showed you how to target or to send an ad to your lookalike audiences. Remember, you can do that as well in your engagement campaign, which is what I'm doing now, or in the video views campaigns, which is what I'm going to be doing next. You can do it in any campaign. But for this one, I'm just going to show you how to do detailed targeting over here. So you click on edit over here, and I typed in an interest, Amy Porterfield, over here. So now it's taken me all the way down to only 210,000 people, right? And that is because I'm doing the United States, and I'm doing 30 to 65 plus, and I'm doing only women. So if I did all men and women, the size increases, but I'm going to keep it to women. And if I change the age, look at that. The size massively increases. Do you see that? So that means Amy Porterfield has a lot of younger people, looking at her, which is brilliant, right? So, but I'm going to stick to 30 to 210, right? And women over here. So because this audience is really tiny. Now, if your question is, but Pam, how, what's the maximum number of audience that I can have, and what's the minimum? In all honesty, I try to work from anything from 100,000 to 1 million for this level of budget. Okay, so you want to keep it quite small. So I'm quite happy with this. I'm quite happy with 210,000, because if I wanted to narrow it even further and say to Facebook, I want them to be aged between 30 to 65 plus, I want them to be women, I want them to like Amy Porterfield plus, right? I want to narrow it even further. I click on narrow audience over here, and I want them to not only like Amy Porterfield, and they must match. So if I click here, you can see this graph over here that it says they must like Amy Porterfield and something else, which means Facebook is only going to target those who are in the middle of this. Do you see that? So if I say Amy Porterfield and they must be small business owners as a behavior or as an interest. See, as an interest, it's tiny, 33,000 people. So let's go with behavior. So now it's gone to 17,000 people. It's minuscule, right? So that is too small. You want it to be a minimum of 100,000, right? But if you wanted to increase that, right? So instead of doing narrow audience, you could just click in here and add a different audience. So you might say, I want them to like Amy Porterfield, and I want them to also be using ConvertKit. Let's see if ConvertKit is in here. Okay, ConvertKit isn't here. Okay. Oops. Oops, Teachable isn't there either. Thinkific. Not found. What I can do instead is on Amy Porterfield over here, or rather I'm going to type in Amy Porterfield here and click on suggestions. So now it's showing me other people who might or might not be on my hit list, right? So I might go, actually, I want them to like Amy Porterfield and I want them to be interested in entrepreneurship because it's there. So now I've gone, look at that. Let's do this again so you can see. Can you see it says 24 million? That's way too big. Look at that. So if I remove this, so Amy Porterfield, 210,000. The moment I added entrepreneurship, it went to 24 million. That is way too big, right? So let me do that again. Let's try a different interest, Amy Porterfield. And if I go to suggestions, let's try Female Entrepreneur Association because I don't want it to be too massive. Oh, brilliant. I love this size. 1.6 million. This is good. Under 2 million is good. Over 2 million, the budget is just too small. Okay. So I've got here. So Amy Porterfield, and I want them to like Female Entrepreneur Association. So that means that Facebook has added these two categories together, making it a very, very broad audience. So I could say, actually, Facebook, this is too big. I want to narrow down if you want to. These are just options that I'm giving you now. I want to narrow down because I want them to also be interested in entrepreneurship. Remember earlier, I added entrepreneurship. Now I'm narrowing by entrepreneurship. So I'm making it smaller, right? Hence the narrow. So now it's brought it down to 1.4 million. So this is pretty good. I would actually personally target this. I actually love this. So what I'm saying to Facebook is I want to show my ad to women aged between 30 and 65 women. They must like Amy Porterfield. They must also like Female Entrepreneur Association, and they must be interested in entrepreneurship. Facebook, how many of them in the United States are there? So Facebook is saying there are 1.4 million people, Pam, and I'm saying, brilliant, thank you. Lovely doing business with you, Facebook. So right there, 1.4 million people. Now, this number is going to change because the moment we go down, right? So this is where I was. I'm going to go down here. I still need to do my exclusions, which I haven't done, but I'm going to go down to manual placements. Don't keep it on automatic. I'm going to remove Instagram. I'm going to remove Facebook because, sorry, I'm going to remove audience insights because I'm only going to target Facebook. Look at that. It's brought it right down to 330,000 people. Because it's a small budget, I'm happy with that. If I want to target Instagram, I'm going to set up a different ad set for that, a different campaign for that. Okay, so now on Facebook, I don't want to show it to everybody on Facebook. I don't want to show it in the marketplace or the video feeds. I want to show it literally on just the news feed. So I'm going to remove all of these here. Let's see, all of these here and these here, right? So it's still 330,000 people. I'm happy with that. That's good. If I wanted to increase that number, guess what I would do? I would just remove this one. Okay, so if I removed this one, well, it's only increased it by a tiny bit. right? But this is how you play with your numbers so that you can see how many people you are targeting, right? At £5, you're not even going to cover this amount of people, okay? So the next thing I want to do, which I didn't do, is I'm going to scroll back up and add the name. So now I know it's Amy Porterfield. And I don't remember the second one. Oh yes, Female Entrepreneur Association, aged 30 to 65 plus, and women, right? So female, I'm going to put F there, right? So now I've named my ad set because I know what it is. I'm now going to scroll down to, hold on, to here, to audience, right? So if you're wondering, Pam, I'm lost, go back to the top and scroll down to audience. Now I'm going to do my exclusions. Because I want this to show to just my cold audience, I want to exclude everybody who is warm. So who is warm, right? I'm going to hit on exclusions over here. Don't type here because that would be include, right? We want to do exclude. So we're going to type here. So now I want to exclude everybody who is who has visited my website, right? Oops. In the last 180 days. I'm also going to exclude people who are connected with me on Facebook because I really want this to be super cold because I'm paying for cold, right? I'm trying to make my cold people warm. So it makes no sense that I market to them at this. So it makes no sense that I market to my warm audience at this stage. I want to market to my warm audience when I get into the middle of funnel. So now I'm going to exclude my Instagram. So I've excluded my website visitors, Facebook people, Instagram people, and now I want to exclude my email list. Okay, now I've excluded my email list. So these are my my warm audiences. Now, can you see that what has happened is Facebook has removed that number. Now I can no longer see how many people are left. This is why I leave this exclusion till last, because then I know roughly I had 330,000 people. These exclusions are not going to be more than 20,000, right? Or 30,000. So I can estimate how many people are remaining. But if I had done this exclusion first, I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have any data at all. It's a bug in Facebook that they haven't fixed, but it's just what happens at the moment you add your exclusions, it just removes this data, and I like to see that data. So I leave the exclusions till last. So now that I've done, I'm just going to look through, make sure I've done everything, and it looks like I have, right? I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, and that's it. I'm going to click on next. Okay. Now it says there are two errors. Select an existing post on your ID or create or user creative. That's fine. Thank you, Facebook. So again, I'm in the ad here. I'm going to choose my Facebook page, which it has already selected, and that's fine. It's saying use an existing post over here. So what I can do is I can click over here and I can either use a brand new ad if I have never created an ad, or if I have created an ad in the past, I can use an existing post. So how do you create your ad? You go over here to create ad. Yeah, it's already selected. You go down here and you click on add media. You're going to select, are you going to use an image or a video? Let's imagine I'm using an image. Facebook has brought up all the images that I have here on my account. If your account is brand new, you just click on upload and select your image and it will upload and appear here. For now, I'm just simply going to select an image that was already there. So I'm going to select this one here. Click on next. Click on done. The image is going to appear here. Then you're going to add your copy here, add your call to action. I always use learn more for my call to action. Add your URL. Okay, so depending on where you are taking people to, you want them to engage, you want to take people to your landing page of, you know, whatever it is that you're promoting. So right now I want to take people to this, right? So this is for my challenge. Let's imagine that's where I'm sending people to. I'm going to add that there. Oops. This input call to action is invalid. Please fix. Okay. Why? Let's try this. Ah, okay. Okay, there we go. I think there was a bug. Learn more is completely fine. Yes, it's fine. Oh, hold on. Why? There. Brilliant. So you've added your copy and you have added your call to action over here, and that's it. That's all the information when it comes to an engagement that you have to do. In other types of ads, there's other things that you will have to do, but this is different. This is just an engagement campaign, and this is for people to engage in your campaign. So that's all you have to do. So you just add your copy over here, and there will be a learn more button, and that's it. You check that your pixel is selected, which it is over there, and that's it. You hit publish. And it's doing, it's publishing 3 things. So it's going to publish your campaign, your ad set, and your ad. Go back to Ads Manager. This is the ad. I'm going to click X so that we can see what it looks like. So it says in review. That means that Facebook is going to check that I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't broken any rules before they approve my ad. And once it's approved, it's going to say scheduled. That's it. So if I click over on campaign, we can see that this is the campaign. It's scheduled over here. It's ticked even. The ad set is going to say scheduled, but the ad is going to say in review, and that's how you know that you've done it correctly. And then you wait. You need to give it 24 to 48 hours to get approved. And that's it. That's how you set up your engagement campaign. Thank you for watching. I hope that you have learned how to create an engagement campaign. And if not, you've made a decision for, when and how to create an engagement campaign. I want to invite you to take a look at this playlist, which is all about Facebook marketing. It's the best stuff out there that is truly going to help you to be successful using Facebook. Make sure you check out that playlist. I also want to invite you to join me inside of my Facebook community, where I go live pretty regularly, and I teach all sorts of things related to marketing. I keep you abreast of all of the changes, with algorithms and any changes on these platforms, and most importantly, how to use them successfully. I will be linking out to the group right below this video. So before you go, make sure you've subscribed, given me the thumbs up, and all of that good stuff. And of course, comment. How do you feel about running an engagement campaign? Is it your thing? Is it not your thing? Is it something you're going to now be doing? Go ahead and do that. And of course, don't forget to check out this playlist all about Facebook marketing. And I'll see you in my next video.